Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. At kung bago ka sa channel na to, I'm Za and this is Za Canada. Today we have a new topic and this is all about the BCPNP and this is the latest update that they released back in April 2026. So bakit ko siya ngayon sinasabi? Well, anyway, hindi ako nakapag-upload. So in short, hindi ako nakapag-upload for the past 2 months. So we are going to cover that in this episode. We are going to talk about the latest update that they made in April 2026 and ano nga ba ang mga programs na kasali at hindi nakasali sa program na ito. So kung ikaw ay isang early childhood educator, international student, temporary foreign worker, caregiver, healthcare worker na narito ngayon sa BC or sa British Columbia, then this video is meant to find you. Alright, so panoorin hanggang dulo.
From islands to maple leaves, strength of a heart that believes. Goodbye to Manila, hello to the crisp air, taking a risk with a dream and
Well, the biggest question in this program is, safe pa ba ang British Columbia para sa ating mga temporary foreign workers? Sino na ba ang mga winner dito? Sino ang magtatagal? Sino ang mai-evict sa bahay ni Kuya? So, sino ang pinaka-apektado sa bagong changes dito? Yan ang pag-uusapan natin sa video na to. Pero, bakit nga ba nagbago ang BCPNP? Bakit nagbago ang British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program? Unang-una, ayon sa BC government, humingi daw sila ng around 9,000 nomination spots for 2026. However, ang na-approve lang para sa kanila is only around 5,200 para sa buong taon. So imagine niyo from 9,000 allocation down to 5,200 lang. So almost 50% ang nawala. Kakaunti lang. At dahil nga limitado ang spots, napilitan ang BCPNP na mag-focus lamang sa occupations na pinakakailangan ng probinsya o ng British Columbia economy. Kaya makikita natin na mas targeted na ngayon yung kanilang strategy. Hindi na sila nag-i-invite ng occupations tulad ng mga nakaraang taon. So last year there weren't any category or priority occupations except for healthcare. Dire-diretso lang yung yung pagno-nominate for those people that are in the healthcare industry. Pero yung mga ECE, yung mga veterinarian, what else? Yung mga STEM, ayan. Unless you are under those high impact. Pag sinabi nating high impact, those people that are earning above $65 per hour. So, hindi natin alam. So, kinover ko yan dun sa last video ko. Dun sa mga last video ko about those high impact category-based selection. Probably these are the people who work in still healthcare industry. What else? Those people who work in a legal as a legal aid, yung mga nagtatrabaho sa mga attorney's office, mga ganon. Kasi alam ko matataas talaga mga sahod niyan, nasa $80-70 per hour. Hindi ko alam. So don't quote me on that. But hindi ko talaga alam kung sino-sino yung mga taong kumikita ng $65 per hour. Sana all. Well, anyway, so instead, ngayon nga, tututok na sila. Ibig sabihin, they are going to prioritize those people who are currently working sa healthcare, construction, early childhood education, and high economic impact workers, na kagaya ng kasasabi ko lang. Okay? So what are the programs that they actually closed? Unang-una, kinlose na nila yung ELSS. Ano yung ELSS? ELSS are entry-level and semi-skilled stream. So, ito yung mga stream para sa mga taong nagtatrabaho sa hospitality, tourism, food service, and certain semi-skilled occupation. Kasi dati may ELSS. As long as ma-meet mo yung cut-off score, then kasali ka sa mga madodraw. Or kasali ka dun sa mga mananominate or mabibigyan ng invitation to apply. Kasi bago ko pa naman manominate, they are going to send you an ITA, and then once you have sent your complete application and they approve your application, then that's the time that you will get your nomination and 600 as long as EEBC PNP ka, which means that Express Entry BC PNP profile. Kung meron kang profile na ganyan, then there's an additional of 600 points on your Express Entry profile kung na-nominate ka. Pero since na tinanggal nga nila, unfortunately, these people that are working under those industries that I just mentioned will not receive an invitation to apply anymore. So, meron pa nga ako nakita sa online na they receive an automatic, bago pa nila nilabas yung update, actually bago pa nila nirelease sa website nila yung update dun sa official Welcome BC website, some people already received an email that ELSS has been stopped. Which means na automatic nawala yung profile nila sa BCPNP. Okay? So, kung nasa ganyang occupation ka, importante na magsimula na magplano ka or humanap ng ibang pathway. Kagaya nga no sinabi ko sa last video ko, if you watch my previous video about the TR-to-PR pathway, dapat hindi tayo umaasa sa iisang pathway lang. And the next one na tinanggal is no more new student stream. Ito rin, this is something that they released like 2 years ago, hindi ko matandaan, 2 to 3 years ago, na sabi nila is, if you are a student, or if you were a student here in BC, kung nakapagtapos ka sa isang college or university dito sa BC, then you are one of the persons who can get an ITA from the BCPNP. Pero yun nga, hindi na yan na-launch. Hindi na yan nasimulan. Okay? Pero, again, hindi naman ibig sabihin na na nawala yung points mo sa BCPNP. So, for example, you finished an early childhood educator in one of the colleges here in BC. May additional points pa rin naman siya sa BCPNP. Ang nawala lang is yung mismong pathway or yung mismong category. Parang express entry, di ba? May kanya-kanyang category yan. French, PNP, education, STEM, ganyan din sa BCPNP. May kanya-kanyang category siya. Nawala lang yung student stream. Okay? So ngayon, kung bago kang graduate ngayon, so ang mahalaga sa BC is yung work experience, yung occupation mo, dapat nagtatrabaho ka sa isang priority occupation, your salary, of course. Kasi nga, kung gusto mong kasali, kung gusto mo pa rin makasali sa draw ng BCPNP, then dapat malaki ang sweldo mo. And employer support. At syempre, kahit malaki ang sweldo mo, kung hindi ka willing suportahan ng iyong employer, then unfortunately, hindi ka pa rin makakasali sa BCPNP. Well, isa pa rin palang nawala is yung tech draw. So, yung tech draw, again, isa yan sa mga category ng BCPNP. Nawala yan. Nawala yung stream na yan, kumbaga, sa BCPNP. But again, that doesn't mean na hindi ka nakasali. It's just that eligible pa rin yung occupation na yan. Pero, hindi na sila magkakaroon ng separate draw category, 'di ba? Yun na nga, kasasabi ko lang. Pero kailangan may high salary ka, may strong qualifications, and may economic impact. So in short, malaki dapat ang salary. Okay? And again, employer support. Okay? But sino ba ang naging winner dito? Ang mga winner dito is actually yung mga healthcare worker. And again, not just any healthcare worker. Hindi ito yung mga taong, well, alam naman natin, nakasali talaga ang mga nurse, mga doctors sa BCPNP, but healthcare workers, which means that those people who are working as a support staff in the healthcare industry. And these are people na naglilinis o nagbabantay ng isang ospital or ng isang healthcare establishment, parang ganyan. So, cleaner, ito yung mga cleaners nga, security staff, and particularly sa mga rural or remote communities. So, kung nasa healthcare ka, nurse, LPN, healthcare professionals, allied health occupation, malakas ang PR prospects dito sa BC. Okay? And what else? Of course, kasali pa rin ang ECE and trades remain priorities. So, kung ECE ka, hindi basta-basta ECE, you need to have the ECE 1-year certificate license, hindi siya expired, or the 5-year, the ECE 1-year or 5-year certificate na ibinibigay ng Ministry of Education ng BC. And trades, these trades are those people who work in the construction industry. Okay? So, yan na nga. Nag-anunsyo ang BCPNP na magpo-prioritize sila ng mga certified workers na in demand na sa trade occupation. Trade occupations, normally these are the people who have their own Red Seal certificate. Hindi lang basta-basta na nagtatrabaho ka sa construction. You need to have your own Red Seal certificate. Again, hindi ako masyadong familiar when it comes to these construction. You can always check the Welcome BC website para dun sa exact details for those people who would like to create an account sa BCPNP website. Okay? And yun na nga, yung kagaya ng sinasabi ko, yung high economic impact draw, there are still people na ini-invite or nabibigyan ng invitation to apply for those people who are high economic or there's ang tawag sa kanila, skill immigration stream. Kumbaga sila yung mga may mga malalaking sweldo. So, highly skilled workers, strong salaries, high demand occupations, and candidates na may malaking contribution sa BC. Okay, short recap lang tayo. So, ELSS is officially closed. New student streams will not be launched. Hindi siya na-launch. Dedicated tech draws are gone. Healthcare, of course, remains the top priority. Early childhood educators or educations or ECEs continue to be in demand. Ano ba yan? Skilled trades workers remain highly skilled or highly favored. And BCPNP is now focusing on fewer but more strategic nominations. Okay? So, again, 2026 is a year kung saan targeted lang yung no-nominate ni BC. Hindi na siya hindi na siya paramihan ng invitation na kagaya nung nangyari 2 years ago. Hindi na siya, kasi nga, again, kokonti yung ibinigay sa kanila na allocation ng federal government. Okay? So ano sa tingin nyo ngayon? Ano sa tingin nyo, makakatulong ba or makakasama sa PR plans nyo ang bagong BCPNP ngayon? So let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this latest release? Let me know. And like and subscribe if you haven't. Again, my name is Za. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Finding our rhythm in this glorious land.